Right. Garage Share Podcast. Me, Gavin Ford.
Bitr8.
Aki.
Good to see you both.
And you, mate.
Nice to get out of the house, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good to get out of the house.
Yeah.
So, we've been working hard on record labels and thing.
Yeah, very hard. There's lots to come.
There is lots to come. Going to be a good year for Garage. Mm-hmm. Just did a mix with all the upcoming music. We'll put a link in there. Link in the comments so you can listen to all the music we got. Well, some of the music, not all of it. Picked a few. That's all coming, so you can see what we've been working on. Mm-hmm. But whilst I was working on it, Selector and Tough Culture both mentioned that they discovered garage music through the Pure Garage mix CDs. As a lot of people did discover garage. I think I discovered garage through it. Where made me think two things. Maybe think where did you two first discover music, rave music, not just music in general? Well, we can do it if you want. And then I'd like to lead into where do people discover music now and how? Because obviously there's no Pure Garage compilations.
Yeah, there's a lot we can go for. There's no events.
So where Bitr8 to serve.
Okay.
Where can you tell us?
What? So we're talking dance music.
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah. I mean, I would say garage, but let's go dance music.
What sort of like started me off on that path of wanting to DJ, wanting to make music and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I was always a big fan of music anyway. Just like my dad had loads of vinyl that I just raided hard when I was little, and I can't believe he'd let me do it, but whatever. So I was always like really into music anyway. As a family, we used to go on holidays to Ibiza.
To Ibiza?
Yeah, but to the family side of it.
Oh, okay.
Right, not like all raving, me and my nan and San Antonio just having it on Space Terrace, whatever. But yeah, we used to go to Ibiza as family holidays. But it didn't matter if you were on the family side of the island, the quiet side.
Yeah.
The culture was everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
Dance music was everywhere on that island. So every taxi you got in, the radio station's playing dance music. Yeah. Every bus you got on, the radio station's playing. Every shop has got posters in it. Like the posters for events were everywhere. The billboards when you get off the plane. It's like when you get off the plane and you go down and all those billboards are there. You're just like, wow. Especially if you're a little kid, you're just like, what is this? Like, advertising really like tapped in. Yeah. And that's how I got obsessed with dance music kind of thing as well. Like just that culture of it and wanting to know what that was. Well, then coming back off those holidays, buying...
How old are you on these holidays?
So we started going when I was like 5 or 6, but I think the music started really kicking in when I was about 10. So like mid-90s is when it really when I started noticing stuff, I guess. Yeah. Like and then 96, 97 when Sky did like Ibiza Uncovered.
Oh yeah.
So we'd go on these holidays, come back, and then be like, oh yeah, we've kind of been there, not to the clubs, but like we kind of been there, whatever. And it took hold really. And then I started buying DJ Mag and stuff like that, and then like reading about what I'd kind of seen out there as well. Didn't actually start DJing any music though until about 1998, 99. I used to buy all these CDs and just put my mixtapes together.
CDs, mixtapes?
Yeah, like just double track tape player, CD recorder, and then like make my own mixtapes, right? Just like fading, whatever. But my dad was like, "This is wasting his money." What are you talking about? I'll do paper rounds, whatever. Like, I was like, "You're wasting money because you don't play these CDs ever again after you've recorded them. That's it. Then you go listen to your mixtapes." And he was like, well, "Why don't you start DJing?" And I was just like, he was like, "Using vinyl." I didn't know, but my dad did it back in the day.
Oh yeah, you said, yeah.
He's got a friend of his. He hooked me up with this all-in-one system.
Yeah.
It was like, God, it's bad. I mean, like all-in-one. So the pitch was, we'll have to put a picture up somewhere. I'll put a picture up in the thing so people can know what I deal with.
I want to see.
And it was like, it's belt drive, all-in-one system where you literally like amp was plugged in, so you just plugged the speakers into this system. So I was party ready, which was great. Pitch was rotary though.
Yeah.
So it was a rotary pitch. So it wasn't on a slider. So it was, and mine didn't have numbers on it. So I had to be like, okay, well, if that one's at 12, and that one will be at like 2, and that will kind of we'll just memorize. Just learn how to DJ by memorizing like 1 or 2 mixes just over and over again. And that's how I kind of got into it and whatever. And that's how I got into dance music and stuff. And garage, like you say, pure garage was a massive thing for me. My older brother got hold of one of the CDs and was listening to pirate radio. So I managed to get hold of some tapes off him and stuff. And it grew from there.
You got into it pure garage as well, didn't you?
Garage-wise, yeah. Rave music, that was a bit earlier.
Yeah, right, well, tell us.
I was in middle school actually, and God, I can't remember his name. I think his name's Peter Hedges or something like that. He had older brothers, and he brought in a tape cassette of Top Buzz from Fantasia.
Yeah.
And we listened to it at lunchtime.
Top Buzz, Mikey B.
Yeah, he is Mikey B and Jason K. No, it's Jason K.
Mikey B and Jason K. Yeah. So that kind of garage.
kind of garage. Yeah.
So
it's before the garage time, but we listened to it and I thought this is great. So he let me borrow it, and also I grew up on an estate with older people, like they were like 18 or so, and they used to go to these big raves back in the day, Hell Scour, Fantasia, Tasmania, I think it was. So I kind of got brought into it at an early age, but didn't start DJing until I was about 16. Got a pair of belt drive decks, I think Sound Lab.
Yeah. Generally the standard, but they
Sound Lab
Newmark.
with like a Newmark mixer or something. It's quite your basic thing. And then when I was on my 18th birthday, I was lucky enough to get a pair of Technics 1210s. And that's when I started taking it seriously.
I never had 1210s.
I didn't own them when I was learning. I owned Vestax. That was my step up because they have the 2% extra. It was 10% instead of 8%.
I had the Newmark with the digital pitch.
Yes, I remember them. They were like a sandy colour on the top.
Yeah, I had 3 of them. That was mine.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, everyone on my estate DJ'd kind of drum and bass, but I kind of I just veered into the garage avenue, like probably 99, 98. Sort of.
Great year.
Just before garage kind of went mainstream, 2000.
Well, that's when you started DJing, 1999.
No, 97 I did with drum and bass. But then I moved in. I changed avenue. More and more friends went down the drum and bass avenue, and I moved to.
There was a bit of a drum and bass and garage divide.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that being the thing as well.
Yeah.
So I was kind of a loner for a while.
Yeah, you're still there, aren't you?
Yeah, I am actually. Yeah.
In our area, garage really exploded because I was living like half an hour outside of London, 40 minutes outside of London.
Yeah.
So we sort of got it a little bit later, but it took over. If you were 15, 16 and upwards, garage really took over from drum and bass. Because we had the same thing as you. Like I grew up with a lot of people that listened to rave tape packs and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And that culture, when you were 13, that rave culture, everyone was going around with the record bags at school. I had one.
Yeah.
Didn't really know what it meant. Just for the look, like awful, stinky.
Which one did you have?
I had A Way of Life.
Oh, yeah.
I had one of them, AWOL, yeah.
Yeah, silver thing.
I think I had the exact same one, you know.
This is really bad memory, not bad memory, but we was doing PE. Yeah, so the older boys coming after you've just finished PE, all changing, we've all changed, cool, ready to go. Got the bag on. Some bigger boy comes in.
Bigger boy.
Some bigger boy. He's like, oh, hey, well, and I've gone, yeah. He says, what does it mean? And I'm like, well, life. And like, test passed, good. I can leave now. He's not letting me leave. He's like, right, name 3 hardcore records.
Quiz.
And he's like quizzing me.
Was it a teacher? Was it?
No, just this older kid who was really passionate
like
about
a pop quiz, right?
Strange way of bullying.
Knowledge bullying.
I know a lot of people like
that. You must have gone to a really good school.
I know a lot of knowledge bullies. I passed it.
I would have enjoyed that. To be fair, I would have enjoyed.
I didn't smash it at all. Like I was, because I was on the spot. If it had been a casual conversation between friends,
Did you know 3 hardcore records?
I did, yeah, and I got through it. But they were the really obvious ones. They weren't like he weren't impressed. Like I think if I'd have come from something underground, he'd be like, yeah, fair play, he knows his stuff. But because they went with like the 3 obvious tracks at the time, I think Toy Town was in there, Heart of Gold, and then another remix of something else, Forever Young. Basically, remixes of pop tunes that were turned into happy hardcore records. But I just said it as if I was really confident and cocksure, and he was just like, tutted at me. Obviously hasn't affected me at all. Stayed with me all this time. So I've never, ever since that day, I'd never like bought anything music related, bags, t-shirts, anything that I wouldn't fully be into.
Just in case you...
Just in case that guy came...
Brilliant.
Yeah, and so it's always funny when, you know, like when Topshop and Primark had the boom of like Rolling Stones t-shirts and Ramones t-shirts and all that sort of stuff, and just everyone just wrapping them on. Not that I ever really wanted to wear one of them, but I was always just reminding me every time I see that sort of stuff.
Yeah, there was an influencer that got... She was holding up an Aaliyah t-shirt, but she was calling her a liar. Someone tweeted, "There's one liar in this video."
What about you?
I heard, I think, Ronnie Size, Brown Paper Bag, maybe, was the first record I heard and thought, this is different. Goldie, the Goldie album. My stepdad was quite into music, so he had that sort of stuff. And then I found the tape packs first. Found the tape packs, and tape packs. Obviously, people, the bigger boys would go to the record shops, buy the tape packs, copy the tapes, and then sell the tapes.
Right.
You buy the tapes and flyers in the playground. That was like a business.
Yeah.
So you get the tapes, and I'd get the tapes, I'd listen to this music, and I'd not have a clue that it was DJing. So my reference to music was Top of the Pops. So I assumed that the vocals were someone singing. There's someone keys, and the MC was like, I don't know, like the guy from Aqua. So I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, all this music so fast, they're playing it, and like crowd noise, it just felt like a live version of Top of the Pops is what was going on in my head.
Love that.
And then there was a Channel 4 program about LTJ Bookham touring Japan, and then there's like a real weird story about how I ended up home watching it. I won't get into that now, but and I was like, oh, that's what's happening on these tape. Like it clicked, like Columbo. This is it. So he's doing that, and that's it. It's DJing. So I went, right, I'm going to be a DJ to the family. Everyone, stop what you're doing. I'm going to be a DJ, and good news is I don't know anyone else that does it apart from LTJ Bookham and these tapes, so I'm going to be massive. So I don't have to start learning. And I got decks for Christmas, 95, 96, and went to school, and then all of a sudden everyone's a DJ. Oh, as soon as you say I'm a DJ, everyone's right. Oh yeah, so yeah, him and him. So what the fuck? I was going to be massive. Like, I told my mum now. I've only come to school today to tell you I was DJing and I'm quitting school. You know what I mean? That was it. But everyone knew it, and I was buying hardcore records. I was obsessed with hardcore.
What, the breakbeat era or the...
No, the Gash era.
You'd have been all right if you got quizzed.
Yeah, I would have.
You'd have been quizzing him.
Yeah, I would have been all over it, and But then Sorry. But also I was obsessed with, again, it's just tape packs. I can remember, I listen to tape packs now sometimes. I go back and I can remember that like everything the MC said, everything.
Tape packs were a massive culture.
The first record I hunted for in record shops was Badass, Mickey Finn. And my mum went into the record shop to try and get it for me for Christmas. So she's getting me decks of Christmas, so I went to get the records, and she bought this record called Badass. And she went into Movement Records, where I ended up working, and she asked for Blood Ass. so when I put up...
That would have been amazing if you worked in there.
Yeah, because they all told me. When I went to the record shop, I was like, oh, I've started DJing. And they're like, oh, your mum come in and asked for Blood Ass.
Blood Ass?
Like the first time I ever went to the record shop.
God, I wouldn't be able to go back in there.
Record shops are scary.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, they were, weren't they, when you first started going into...
And if you look at my post holding up the Instagram on on my Instagram of me holding up the 2 records and saying, "Guess what this record is?" and you win a thing. My mum's put Bloodhouse in the comments. She still references.
I remember that. Yeah,
she still references it. So yeah, that was that's how I got into it, and that's how I got into DJing. So yeah, this tape packs. They sold the tapes. How I found it is they sold the tapes in school and the flyers. Like the flyers were big, massive.
Did you ever like hear a song on a tape pack and like, I don't know what this, because track listings weren't a thing. Obviously, the internet wasn't as it is now, where if you need a track list for something, you can get it from somewhere. Someone's put it up. So you're like, okay, I need to know what this song is. The MC hasn't said what it is. That doesn't really happen.
Yeah, they never.
You know, it's not like they introduce records.
Okay, guys.
Yeah,
this is Hixie Toy Town.
Sometimes
it's out now.
Yeah,
I want to see you dancing.
I had it with Triplets by Sticky.
Yeah.
So I had quite a recognisable melody, or at least I thought. But it turns out the guy at the record store didn't know what the guy was on about.
Oh, you hummed
so I'm
it
like,
to him.
have you got that tune? It's like, dun, 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 which is the most recognisable.
Yeah.
But this guy at the record store, I was like, I need your job.
Where did you hear it?
On a tape back, I can't remember. It might have been, I think it was Mike Roughcut Lloyd playing it on a tape pack, and I can't remember what the tape pack was.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with this record.
Yeah.
And like I know
He's
it
one
come
of
out.
my favourite DJs.
Come out, yeah. Roughcut Lloyd, big up. It was on a, like I think it'd come out on a very like a white label, but very limited release. I think there was a.
It did come out on a white label.
Yeah, it was a remix of Aaliyah on the back, I think.
A liar.
And yeah, it come out, and then and then no one was, and it was like, oh shit, when's it going to get full release? When's it going to get full release? But for a little while, I was just like going around most record shops I was in. Yeah. Then I found Uptown Records forum. I don't know if you ever went on it, but Uptown Records at its own forum was quite famous for being that sort of place where you could then, that forums were a thing. Like you know, like your Discords and all that sort of stuff now, where you could go and speak and you can go and get these tune ideas and actually speak to people who are more in the know about stuff. And
that was my favourite
record
guy. Shop uptown in London, Soho, wasn't it? Soho somewhere?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it's across the road from Black Market.
Yeah, across the road from Black Market.
Derby Street was the one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we used to go there quite a lot. I used to get the decent promos.
I just did a monthly trek.
Yeah,
whatever money I'd had saved up for that month, just go and spunk it all on records in London.
I think I got Miss Dynamite Boo on promo, and like brought it back to Southampton.
I brought it back to Southampton, the champion.
That was
Aki's Garage champion.
That was gold dust. That was on promo.
Yeah.
Absolute. When it first came out. So yeah, I got lucky with that one.
I remember the record stores being so intimidating but exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really intimidating. Especially
They always
if your
had
mum had gone in a few weeks before and asked for Bloodhouse.
Always seemed like there was moody people behind the counter. Even you.
Even we weren't there, yeah.
Yeah, the guys, I did have really some weird, I'd never told them, but there was this level of respect for the people that worked there. Was like, they're the ones in the know. They're the ones that I've got to get pally with, because they're the ones that are going to like let me know when the tunes come out. But they would, they're good salesmen, because they're getting records in that aren't worth shit.
Yeah.
But they're being able to, because they've got this little network of people that go, I'll tell them all this is a banger and I'll get them in to come and get this.
Yeah, what they'll do though, they'll give you a couple of good ones and they'll chuck another 5 or 6
yeah,
average
clever
ones to make you buy it, let you have the good ones.
I'm sure he knows all about this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We set up a garage like auction. So when the garage records come in, we held them till Thursday night, and then you play it and the first people to go.
Yeah.
So.
What, and they actually bid on it?
No, I used to come in.
No, so like we're going to play it at first, want people to put their hands up, have it.
Right.
So we sold all sorts of shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, one week, do you remember Ben Loren, who used to DJ at Icon? Do you remember Ben Loren?
Yeah.
Resident DJ. He did a bootleg of Busta Rhymes record. I can't remember which one.
Yeah,
he brought it in on CD. This is the level it was getting to the auction. Played it at the auction. This is going to come in next week, lads, by the way. Everyone's like, yeah, man. He brought the precedent next week. No one wanted it. Actually had it.
But there was a few times, I think Asian X Decoy didn't sell at first, did it?
Yeah, we had it for ages.
And then all of a sudden...
The distributor went, Gav, Decoy, it's got this big tune, it's great stuff. So I went into my mate from Tottenham, but yeah. All just, but the distributors were doing it to us.
And someone heard it on an easier tape pack and thought, "Got to get it."
That's what happened. He didn't play it for ages. Everyone's like, "This is a big tune." We had it 20.
It was on the shelf for ages.
It was on we put it on the wall and everything, like 20 or 30, 40 of these fucking things. And then one Ezo play, that was it. It was gone.
Yeah.
And we couldn't get
And then people were asking for it.
Get enough.
I do remember
Daniel Bedingfield as well. Test press was.
I got that from your shop.
Yeah, like we had that, and then again it was around for ages, and then Ezo played it.
I remember coming back generally from every trip to London with about 3 absolutely shit records.
Yeah,
I'd like bought in the heat of the moment, or because someone had sold them to me, or there were buzzy remixes, like 2-step remixes of an R&B record.
Yeah.
That you like at the time. Yeah, this is good. And you go, oh, what is this?
So they were good at selling you stuff like that. They'll say, "This is big at the minute," and you go, "Okay, take it."
Yeah.
So like, then you got home,
Young and impressionable.
Actually,
Right?
it's really shit.
Yeah, I can't say that a lot of those records have stayed in my collection.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that, I think I massively miss that, even though I don't play on vinyl anymore, just having that interaction of the new, that every week. And I don't think you're ever going to get that in any genre now. Like that community base of like these songs coming out this week, it sort of changes.
No, the whole culture of going to buy like that's I really miss that. I actually have reoccurring dreams when I'm working in a record shop again. It's not even a joke. I get that was the best.
But also having records that other people haven't got, and obviously now it's quite easy to get records, isn't it? Like,
yeah, the only
unless you get it sent directly for a DJ, like say I'm going to send this to 3 or 4. But if you had a promo back in the day, like,
and
ahead
also
of anyone else,
yeah, because unless those songs got repressed or you got a second-hand version from somebody, you're not getting that record.
No.
Also, it was great to be in a room with people from other types of music as well, not your own. Like there was kind of, you take the piss out, like in a record shop. James Abila used to work Saturdays, and that was when US House, as it was called, it's just because it all was distributed from their Subliminals and all those labels. But obviously that'd be Tech House now, or whatever type of house. And then Saturday they'd all come in, and it was like you'd learn about this sort of music, even though I didn't really want to at fucking 15. Sat there, listen, what is this shit? And went, get the hardcore on. Come on, there's a new Brisk record down there. Let's have it.
Well, for every savvy employee who was trying to sell you some dead stock, there was also the ones that were like, look, if you like that, you're gonna love this.
Yeah.
Like for instance, I'm picking up like 3 Todd Edwards records, and they're like, oh, if you like Todd Edwards, iRecords sort of stuff, listen to this US garage kind of stuff, which is on the same sort of vibe. It's not as don't put it up to +8 like you would, but it's still the same sort of stuff. And you definitely listen to stuff outside of your own genre just from being in that atmosphere.
I don't think I didn't like garage until the record shop and being exposed to it and the energy of it and the thing like that's where I was exposed to it, and then obviously. And they say the US house stuff that sort of exposed you. You go, I do like this stuff. And then Artful Dodger went big, so I'm to become like there was garage nights every night of the week. Yeah. And
they were all full as well. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was it was everywhere, and it just got into it more and more, and the music got better. Then, to be honest, for me, like when records like Narrows and Agent X, like I got into it. That's kind of really got into it then because it was bassier and ravier. I've always liked the energy in rave records. Like I didn't mind, like there was the stuff that was being played in the clubs was cool and he was exposed to it. I didn't mind it, but that was the turn.
Because that connected to the stuff that you were really passionate about.
Like the Narrows records, like this is like if Man P Swift made garage.
Yeah.
Right.
That's an icon. This and zinc breakbeaty stuff. Like that's sort of where the it come together for me.
I love that time though. That I mean, that's why I like the genre anyway, because you can go from something like 126 BPM up to 138 BPM, and within that there's like 4 or 5 different types of garage.
Well, and this is what when we were looking at last year's garage thing, we said that's kind of what's back now. There's garage stuff in that mix I did was 138 BPM. There was stuff that was 128 BPM.
Yeah.
There is the vocal stuff. There's such an array. The array of garage that we used to have back then is back now, which is why the scene is so good.
Yeah.
Which leads us perfectly to where would people discover garage now? Because there's no one. They're not selling tapes in the playgrounds anymore. You know, as much as I try and sell them there, they kick me out.
You'd be the only one there at the moment. It doesn't even sell anyone.
I think radio was a big influence back in the day because you obviously had Pirates. And
that's still stuck around.
If Easer played a record on Kiss, then we, the next day, in the record shop, we knew we'd have like a.
So now the radio so influential? I don't think so. I would say
it's definitely a marker for an artist as an achievement thing. I think if anyone gets their radio played on a significant station by a significant DJ, I think you feel really like there's that level of achievement.
They're still tastemakers, aren't they? So it's still a level of this. It's a stamp of your record's good because Mr. Jam or Target say it's good, and they are tastemakers and they know they know what's good. So it does help. But do people go I used to wait up and tape the dance shows, tape the essential mixes, wait up and do the things, take that music and then try and get that music for the record shops. I don't think people do that.
I don't think so as much, just because of how many more ways you can listen and ingest music now. Back when you were doing that, there weren't that many options to discover brand new underground dance music. It was pirate radio. It was the renowned shows. You're recording those shows, to the point that even the people selling tape backs of pirate radio. That now you can ingest music so many different ways that I don't think the radio shows hold as much weight. No. It's still an important factor.
It is still important,
but it's not, like you say, it's not the thing.
I used to tape the Dream Team on Radio 1 on Sunday night to hear new garage. Now.
There's your tune can blow other ways now without having to even feature on one of those shows.
So, but what ways? Where do you go to discover new music?
I mean, me, I'm a little bit older, I guess, so I'm sort of I don't go into
go on blogs. Fine.
I used to go on blogs.
To be very popular blogging.
During the electro fidget era,
Hype Machine,
all the blog house kind of stuff. Hype Machine was massive, but now I think social media plays a massive part. Like we were talking earlier about before the podcast, we were talking about TikTok and stuff like that. It's not where I'd go, but a lot of people do get inspirations from seeing stuff on there, and then maybe it opens their eyes to other stuff.
Also, what about communities on Facebook like Lengoland and stuff? People join them, and then they. Obviously, I think Sammy Virgie came through, put stuff on there.
People come through Lengoland,
social media things.
So
I think social media plays a massive part.
Yeah, massively.
In being able to break records. I mean, you saw so let's look at Outside of Garage, but when Holy Goof did the Drake remix.
Oh yeah.
And how much that blew up on Facebook.
Yeah.
That reaction video just exploded. Yeah. That won't get on radio. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that can help. Communities, Facebook things, but Discord as well. That's when you delve a little deeper. I think that's not surface. Maybe that's sort of communities.
Because everything's so. Say back in the day, there wasn't as many ways. Because there's so many ways. Does that mean you have to be present across all of the things?
Or be really good at one of them. Spotify lists are so important as well now. They're almost like the new. If you get your track onto one of those really massive Spotify lists, really impressionable ones, that's nearly as important as getting it on radio, or just as important.
It is the same as getting it on radio, but also when you come off the playlist, all the plays stop. So you're not really, you're getting these numbers, but you're not really building an audience. You're just borrowing someone else. You're just part of someone else's audience because people put on playlists like they put on radio. So I think people should be focusing on building their own audience through social media and however they see best to build an audience, rather than relying on radio plays and play. Because to be honest, as we put together these pitches and stuff for artists, you need a load of background and a load of stuff to get on the pitches anyway. It's not like this is the pitches and this is a great tune. It's like this has been played by Target, it's been on Radio 1, the fifth biggest selling artist on Beatport, there's this, there's that, the other, you have to build the story and you have to build the audience. So
otherwise it just randomly gets picked up.
Yeah, and it gets dropped and you come off it. You go up to we had it with Fresh, you go up when Warner did their thing and they go round to all the things, it goes up 100,000, and then it comes off all of them, and you go back to where you were. So luckily, before Fresh, we'd had been on one editorial playlist and got up to like 250,000 monthly listeners. And then they come on and it went to 350 monthly listeners. Now it's gone down back to 200. So but we built that people that, the key to making music is you make music that you like, and then you find an audience of people that like the same music as you do. Going on playlists is going on a playlist of music that's similar.
Yeah, you're just hoping that people that are listening connect.
But then they've got to click through and then like your stuff, click through to you, listen to your other stuff, and then go, oh yeah, cool, I like this. I'm going to look into more of them. Like,
how important do you think that SoundCloud still is for people finding new music?
I think the era of people like there was a SoundCloud rapper phase, wasn't there, where people like Chance the Rapper and stuff got signed off the back of it. I don't think that will happen again. But again, it's as a platform, it's still great, and it's like I think the first place I go when I find an artist that I like is I go on YouTube and I look to see if I can find any more. I don't know if other people go to SoundCloud to see if they do.
I go to SoundCloud.
Okay.
I don't use YouTube, to be honest, no, either. I would go to SoundCloud.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, so I mean, that's the thing, because especially with a younger audience, they might not have Spotify accounts.
But maybe that's me going to SoundCloud because like 10 years ago, that's what I did. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it was me 10 years ago with the electro, and that was like SoundCloud was such a big thing for that sort of.
But I'm also quite interested in if it's an artist that I like. I'm also quite interested in interviews and stuff. I want to know like about the person. So that's why I go to YouTube. I want to watch.
See their background and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I just always thought I want to know more about the artist.
What about the online shops now, Beatports, Junos, and stuff like that? Do you instantly go there, or is that then the next step?
I think DJs do, but I think general people just trying to discover won't go to Beatport or.
Yeah,
I think you look at charts if like DJ you like their stuff has got a chart, you can look through that and you pay attention to the top 10s and top whatevers and go through them. But
I think it's an important tool for DJs.
I think I do. I think you do discover stuff because you can go down a wormhole. I like stuff by this artist. I like stuff on this label. What other stuff's on that label? Whatever stuff's this, and I think that is probably the best place to say, "Oh, this person's done a chart. What else is in their chart?" Like, I think that's the modern day record shopping in both senses of the like thing, because one record could lead to another, and there's people that are selling you records. So that is a good outlet.
I think what you want is like that mix of going to discover those records as well, but also having the community aspect of what the old school record shops were also like. That's the tough thing, because you're essentially getting that off two different platforms, right? Your community aspect you're getting off Facebook groups, Discord, WhatsApp chats, all that sort of stuff. Whereas the actual listening and purchasing you're doing via those things, there was ever a sort of, I don't know if it's ever going to meet in the middle.
Yeah. Hopefully one day.
Because at the moment it's just weird because of how we came up with it, and stuff, and like the newer DJs and stuff not getting that community aspect of it. Whether they even care, we're not even bothered. Like we're all right. Like I said, I'd like to see in the comments whatever from new and older DJs and see if
let us know how you discovered music. No matter when you got into it, if you got into it yesterday or 20 years ago.
If you did get into it yesterday, good find, by the way.
Yeah, well done.
And where you find new music. Where does your new music? Where do you find?
Yeah, let us know.
Garage music.
Yeah, I can need some tips.
Yeah, I've got.
Always interested to know.
Chris, you look after me,
But
mate.
good chat, lads. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe and comment and tell us where you found your music. And wallet.
See ya.